This program presents the half-power SuperStand standing wheelchair. It has power mobility with a manual standing feature. Full power and manual models are also available.
We invite you to spend a few minutes with The Standing Company, America's accomplished leader in standing devices.
Very few people understand the difficulty in sitting in a wheelchair all day and how it delimits the activities of daily living, going to school or performing a job or running a business. In order to help prevent potential problems, it is necessary for wheelchair users to be able to stand up repeatedly throughout the day. The Standing Company uses the half-power SuperStand standing wheelchair. It is motor-driven for power mobility, but it incorporates an easy manual standing feature. It allows people to drive wherever they want and yet be able to stand whenever they want. With this type of chair, a person can easily perform operations at a counter or workbench. Now standing has been made very simple and easy to do.
My name's Ed Bell, and I'm a farmer. I raise strawberries and asparagus and black raspberries and blackberries, and obviously I have a disability. I have a T1, T2 spinal cord injury, which means I'm paralyzed from about just below the collarbones. And I've used a wheelchair for a little over 21 years. And I've had a SuperStand, or a standing wheelchair, for a little less than a year now. And doing remarkable when you consider I hadn't stood in about 20 years. Being able to reach a tool that's up high rather than asking somebody for help. I can change a light bulb in my bedroom or in my shop now, and clean the fan blades and a ceiling fan. Little things that weren't even pipe dreams earlier before. I can check the oil on my tractor by raising and lowering the hood, where I always had to ask for help. Nobody likes to ask for help. I still have to ask for help for some things, just like I did when I was up walking around, but this has offered me a whole lot more independence. Perception is important to me as a businessman. And one day, when I was sitting in my manual chair years ago, an elderly lady came in and came up and patted me on the shoulder and says, "Isn't it nice that the people here let you do this job?" And I just smiled and said, "Thank you, ma'am," and took her money. And she never knew the otherwise that I'm the owner. Now that I'm able to stand up and look people eye to eye, it's not only important for my perception, but it's important for my customers. They're no longer talking about my disability. People are much more at ease. They're talking about my product, my service, and people feel far more relaxed about my disability. My grandpa always taught me the proper tool for the proper job. Where he would have used a hand saw, he would have had a great appreciation for a power saw. And I look, as a person with a disability or as a farmer with a disability, it's important to have the right tool for the right job. And to be able to stand up, this chair allows me the opportunity to have the right tool, to do the right job. My experience in rehab after my injury, I didn't do well on a tilt table. In fact, I would start to pass out every time, and I didn't want to get my hopes up to ever be able to stand because I thought I would get lightheaded. And when I tried the SuperStand, there's something about having 80% of my body weight on my feet that I'm not lightheaded, and I was very surprised. And then I'm also secure. Even though I felt like I was going to fall when I first stood, it was just within a few minutes that I realized how indeed secure I am. In fact, I would probably hurt myself before I ever was able to tip the chair over, and that's a good tool. You know, if it's sunshine, dry day in April in Indiana, where I live, I don't want to be in the hospital. I want to be in the field. And this chair allows me that opportunity, at least to manage what I can't control. I'm able to help prevent urinary tract infections. 85% of my body weight's on my feet, so I'm not putting pressure on my tailbone. Like I keep